Greetings. I'm going to go over the 2.3 Doresain patch today. And I did make a small mic change. Again, I'm like basically tone deaf, so if there's something wrong with my mic, or if you want any changes, tell me if it needs to be louder, quieter, position further, or closer. Just comment below and I'll change it for the next video. I'll just say this every video because I actually can't hear sound well because that's just a condition I have. But Doresain passionate, a lot of patch changes, buffs. I'm gonna be updating the tier list. I'm re-recording this video because the first time I did this, the audio wasn't captured. So Doresain patch, you get a rewind item, 200 silver, 5 pure core, update rewards. So if you want to know how to use the Orchard in Time, look at my Orchard in Time video. It's very good for new players. Doresain, you know my opinion of him from my video. He's 100% gonna get buffed. Every other content creator in China, Taiwan, Hong Kong is saying it. Show here. This is the Taiwan thread on their forum. They're thinking, yep, he's gonna get buffed. Archie says he's gonna get buffed. People call him oil still over there, or Doral still. So everyone assumes he's getting buffed because it'd be a shame if he wasn't. This is the new SR wheel we get. And these are the new icons for PvP rewards. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of the content. Main story, Arc 2, Chapter 3, Waves and Waves. This is the new posse. If you have Doresain in your team, he gets 1 stack of corpse, and it's a very nice strength steel posse. Very good. More voice acting. Mariam rerun again. I made a Mariam video 2 weeks ago. Watch that. Now let's go on to the big changes. Dtide and balance changes and how they affect my tier list. Now, Caro as a whole got buffed. The entire realm got a buff, and Agrippa and Hellet got specific individual buffs on top of that. Now, I already went over it. I'm going to go over it again because the audio wasn't recorded the first time. Now, how it affects my tier list? I moved it up already. Agrippa moved from F to D tier. Now, if you watch any of my earlier tier list videos, I think Agrippa is a very good, interesting unit. She just does not have a partner that she synergizes well currently because Caro is lacking in good poison Caro units. And once they get a good poison unit, Agrippa will shine and automatically jump up to B to A tier. Right now, unfortunately, no one synergizes with. However, the buff she did get is pretty nice. The buff she get is pretty strong, if I do say so myself. Like her shields got buffed, Pale Blessing got buffed from good amount, Poison got buffed, and her basic strike and defense now inflicts 10% poison to all enemies. Her shield values on everything's increased. Her Soul Force Aptitude, which is her R2 talent, got buffed. The first color spiral played each turn gets additional embryo fusion, and after eating a baby, it reduces the arithmetic cost of it in hand by 1. All of this moves her from F to D tier. She's now just below average, maybe even average. She's usable. She's not complete dog shit anymore, so she's a very good unit. Hellet also got buffed. She was in D tier before. Now she moved up to average. So what they did is they buffed her damage, her strike damage got up. However, the damage remained unchanged, so the numbers went up, but the base damage per strike decreased. But it's a net buff overall because Lasting Loathe is now considered a strike, and she got her R2 talent, or Soul Force Aptitude, which increases damage to enemies of Snowfield, and every time she eats a baby, her damage gets 30 to 50% crit damage, which is huge because, you know, crit damage and gacha games are always strong. So with all that buff, she's now average. She is viable. She was viable back then, but you have to heavily wail on her. And even then, you would want to spend your units on other units more spread out, especially with the new Dtide changes. Now, let me go over other changes here. Now, the Caro realm got a buff as whole. Now they generate more embryo fusion every turn when they exalt by 10%. And at the start of every turn, you get additional Crimson Furnace, and which is doubled if the realm is pure Caro. So all in all, that bumped Salvador from B tier to A tier. since he operates entirely off of Crimson Furnace, this indirect buff Salvador a huge amount. So now I would say he's confidently A tier. And with that, I would move Nautilus down one because it's unfair for the units in A tier to have Nautilus there. Even though Nautilus is still a very good unit, nothing has changed. I just don't like when tier lists have too many units in a certain tier because some units outshine. Like you were not right now. All these units are heavy hitters. Not is really good, but she's not on par with these units now, so she moves down a tier. With Salvador buff kind of bumping her out. Corporal is getting stronger by the weeks as people are using her more and knows how she works. Murphy's always strong because of her Exil, etc., etc. So that's it for the tier list. Also, updated, people were asking me Doresain S tier husband on the waifu tier list, which is the important tier list here. He eats people and he lets you beat him too. So Lei, unfortunately, was a victim of the recent buffs because, unlike every other Caro unit which got buffed, she was left the language, which is quite hilarious to me. Because Lei was in most need of buffs, in my opinion. Out of all the Caro units, Lei suffers the most. They buff basically every other unit in Caro with the realm changes, like with more baby gen, Eyes is even better, Gellet's even better, Ubosh is even better. They buffed his dimensional relic, so now he's even better endgame. These two got direct buffs, because they were kind of really bad. But Lei, many people's opinion, it's one of the worst units in Caro right now, and she got no buffs. I don't understand how Agrippa and Helen got buffs before Lei. Lei just languishes there. It's not like anyone's using like a secret Lei comp that's broken. If you look at any leaderboard, if you look at endgame, no one's using Lei. Look at the Dtide leaderboards. Look at the Dtide leaderboards. Lei is not there. Lei does not exist. Why they didn't buff her is beyond me when they're buffing all of Caro. And like Faint was already good. Like she's a good niche unit. She fulfills a certain role, which is helps you prevent you from dying. Again, I pings on death resistance. But Lei needs buffed most. She needs a complete rework, in my opinion. Like she does not function in the current state of the game. Now onwards to the controversial part of the patch, the Dtide changes. Now with the Dtide changes here, they're going to increase the rewards from 350 to 400 for a whole gamut of rewards. Now, 350, if you don't know, on my spreadsheet, you get all of the good rewards currently at 350 right now. They're going to buff the rewards to 400 if you want to get everything. So right now, if you hit 350, you get all of the pyramids and all of the super pyramids rewards. 350 to 375, you only get black hearts, which is whatever. And 375 to 400, right now, you don't get emotes. So there was no need for players, especially new players, to go from 350 to 400. And 400 is very hard. I can do it. A lot of endgame players can do it. You spend a lot of money. You have to have 5 very, very strong teams. These bosses have 500,000 to 6 million HP sometimes at alert 5. You will not kill it with a brand new team. Alert 5. So they increase the rewards. Now from 350 to 375, these two, you're going to get additional regular pyramid fragments. And from 375 to 400, you're going to get additional super pyramid fragments. Now these are progression items. They increase the level cap of your awakers. They're very good. You want them. Now, this is a good and a bad thing. This is going to be very controversial for a lot of new players. Now, you are not going to have 5 alert 5 capable teams early on. So they gave you a new option. What they let is to repeat the stage with an extra clear, providing 5 points each. However, this means that you can run 10 teams now in Dtide. So let's say, now to get 400, it's technically easier for us players. All you need to do is run Alert 4 10 times. Because what it does is when you can re-challenge a wave on the same difficulty you just cleared. So if you just cleared it, alert 3, you have to run it again, alert 3, with a completely different comp. Again, your comp that cleared it and all the comps that cleared it, locked out. Your wheels that cleared it, locked out. So they're making you make 10 teams. Well, not making. So the new way to get 400, the old way was only you have to clear A5 5 times. That's it. You have to have 5 super strong teams. Now you can clear A4 10 times and never touch A5. Problem for new players, okay? This creates an unnecessary amount of FOMO. I've talked to some people in game community. Some of them like to change. I like to change. But I understand where a lot of you watching this video right now are coming from. I know the new player experience. I make these guys for a reason to help you. To not have you be trapped in the old trash realm. To not have you pull trash units like Clem. And this change will hurt a lot of you. This change will mentally break most of you watching this video. Because I know how you guys react with FOMO. We saw, us in-game players saw what happened during the raid event, meant to reward us veterans and whatever. You guys struggled, you guys grinded that. End-game players can clear it 20, 40 minutes. I have people message me. It took them like 3-6 hours a day to clear the 20 runs needed for the raid. You didn't have to do that. You guys didn't have to do that. But the fear of missing out hurts you. Okay? The fear of missing out makes you want to run those runs because you're seeing other people get rewards, which I understand on a personal level. This is the same scenario. Now, all of us endgame players told you again and again, you don't have to do 20 runs. Please do not run during the raid. Do not burn yourself out. How many of you actually followed our advice? Now, a couple of you guys watching the video are sane individuals who did take a break, minus the good rewards. I know a lot of you who messaged me saying like, oh, I don't know if I can keep running 6 hours a day. I'm like, I keep telling you guys, stop. You don't have to do this. You're killing yourself. Just work a job at McDonald's. But that FOMO gets you. This will also get you. A lot of you seeing this will be like, holy shit, every Dtide that I'm not getting 400, I'm missing out on pyramids and super pyramids. And these, granted, are very important endgame maps that increase the level cap of your wagers. A lot of you are going to hate this change, and it's warranted. I understand where you're coming from. Like, before, all you do is hit 350 as a new player. And 350 is very easy. Alert 3, 5 times. Alert 3, very easy. Now, having 10 teams as a new player is impossible. I recorded this video with no audio, and now I'm going to say again with better thoughts. Now, I tried to come up with a few friends of 10 comps for new players to run for hours. And then I realized like it's impossible. It's an impossible task. All you're going to be stuck in real jail forever. You now need 10 teams. You know what that means? Because I know that most of you watching the video are casual players and you want all the rewards. So you want to take the road easiest path. The easiest path is not having 5 Alert 5 teams because Alert 5 requires you to invest in units and to strategize and think. Because Alert 5 is extremely difficult. It's a big jump from Alert 4 to Alert 5. It's a huge jump in difficulty. It's 2.5 times more HP, 2.5 times more damage taken. Sometimes it's 3 to 4 times more damage taken and 4 times more HP. Blesser Alert 5 has 6 million HP. It has 6 million HP. On Alert 4, it has like 2 million, if not less. So Alert 5, for most of you watching the video, is impossible without heavy coaching and a lot of investment for 5 teams to get everything. Even if you reach endgame, a lot of you aren't going to be able to clear Alert 5. I'm sorry, because you guys are, some of you don't want to invest the time and effort to do that. And that's fine. It's very hard. So the easiest path is to have 10 alert 4 teams to get all the rewards. And you're gonna every week that you're not doing 375 or 400, you are missing out on pyramids and super pyramids. So, however, on the opposite end of the scale, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I understand why they're doing this. I sympathize with the developers because right now, end game, you get your 5 teams really strong. You clear Dtide 350, you're done. There's no need to go to 375. There's no need to go for 400. You get nothing but bragging rights and an EP, which I enjoy. A lot of people enjoy that in game. But some people don't give a fuck. Some people spend money. They get their 350, get their 375. They're done. They're done. They're done for the week, and that's bad for revenue. That's bad for game balancing because once you have 5 teams all set up, there's no need to pull for more units. You have your 5 teams. You're done as a whale. Like, you're not going to pull for more units. You have 5 teams. You're done for endgame. You have 5 great teams that can clear alert 3, whatever. They're not going to make money. So what they did is they increased the wars to 400 and let you challenge a thing. So you have 10 teams. And that means people are going to pull for more wheels, pull for more Wakers, and theorize how to make 10 teams and get that 400 reward. Now, it will make them more money, but for new players, for players starting out a game, or for free-to-play players that have a lot of time in the game, this is going to seem impossible. And it, frankly, is impossible. I've talked to players. I tried to count, like, I don't have 10 teams. However, I have 5 really strong teams. I'm going to get 400 because you don't have to do 10 teams. You can do, like, 6 alert 4 teams and 2 alert 5 teams, for example. Or you can have 4 alert 5 teams and 2 alert 4 teams now. It's how the point system works. So if you have 5 alert 5 teams, you only need 5 teams. Most of you are not going to have 5 alert 5 teams. It's going to be very hard to get that. So either way, you're going to have to spend money to hit that 400 reward endgame. And that sucks. I understand. That completely sucks. However, they need to give us players who have been playing the game for a while, have been clearing content, or at the pinnacle of endgame content to do. Because right now, we don't have that lot of content to do. But as Monchi, I talked to Monchi, says, like, locking these progression mats behind it may not be the answer. Because these are very important progression mats. Like, you want this to make your team stronger so you can fight endgame. And this is endgame. But if your team is not strong enough to get these in mass in front, right? So it's like a never-ending cycle, you know? You need strong teams to get rewards to level up your units, invest in more teams. But how are you going to get them if you don't have strong teams to begin with? And giving players an option to re-challenge at same difficulty is a good plan. Like, if you're watching this, it is good. Like, if they do alert 3 is very easy. Alert 2 is piss easy. Everyone can do alert 2 with ass units. You can do alert 2 with fucking Clem, for example. Like, alert 2, very easy. Alert 3, very easy. You can challenge it again. Now players that are doing 350, alert 3, they can get 375 if they have 5 additional alert 3 teams. There's a problem with that. You need to find 5 more teams. I'm sorry, folks. You're never going to leave wheel jail. You're never going to leave wheel jail. You're going to be in wheel jail for the rest of the game. The rest of the game's life. You're going to be in wheel jail forever. You're never going to see the light of standard banner ever again. You're going to pull on the wheel banner because now, instead of needing 40 wheels or whatever, you need like 80 wheels. You need 80 wheels. You need 80 fucking wheels if you run 10 teams. If you run 10 teams, you need 80 wheels. Are there even 80 wheels in the game? There probably is, but you're getting it. You guys are getting 80 wheels. You're gonna be in a wheelchair until the day you die, dude. Until the game EOSs, you're gonna be in a wheelchair forever. So enjoy your time if you're a new player before you get your team set up. Because once you enter wheelchair, you can't leave. You need to pull until you get enough wheels for this content, dude. You do not have enough wheels. You do not have enough awakers. Like, the problem is, when I was trying to come up with 10 teams for your new players to do, is it's literally impossible for you. If this is your first month, even your first 2 months playing this game, unless it's Kaleido banner and you gamba, you're not gonna get 40 fucking units. You're not gonna have 40 units. I'm sorry. Even if you spend $1 billion on the game, if you don't have Kaleido banner, you're not gonna get 40 units. You know why? There's not even 40 standard units, dude. There's not even there's only what? 20 standard units? Yeah, there's only 20 standard units plus the limited standard units. So you only have enough standard units for 5 teams. And you need 20 limited awakers to fill up that gap. You have to have 20 limited awakers to fill that 10 teams. That will take forever. They're gonna be there forever, dude. 20 limited awakers? That's like 10 months. Assuming you blow for every limited rerun and limited new awaker. That's 10 months. That's 10 months before you have enough units. Unless you pull on Kaleido. Unless you get it from some other sources, dude. Like, how are you going to field 10 teams as a new player? Again, understand where it's coming from. Understand a lot of people endgame watching this video are going to be like, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, this is not content for them. And they're right. This is not content for you. This is not content for you. So, but I understand where you're coming from. These are really good awards. Gacha players. This is a gacha game. And it's how to be hard. You're playing it. Some of you play for the gameplay. You like hard content. You want to progress your account. And these items are locked. So I don't know what to say about this, dude. So again, I like that as an endgame player. I like this change, but I sympathize with you new players. Like, you're not going to be able to do this for months on end. It's impossible for you to get all the rewards. Right now, to get alert 3, you can do this within your first month of playing the game. You can get 350 on your first month of playing the game. Easy. Because it's 5 teams. It's 5 teams. Easy. But 10 teams get the 375, 400? Because you're not going to do alert 5 in your teams. You don't have the resources. You don't have the resources to level up 40 awakers as a new player. Especially if you're free to play. If you're free to play right now, like, you can forget about all these new rewards they added. Again, I can't stress this up. I understand what the developers are thinking. They want more content for us endgame players. I appreciate it. I appreciate it as hell. I love this. But as a guide maker, as someone who interacts with you guys, who does coaching, and hearing some of your complaints about this, I just have to speak on this. Like, these are progression mats. These are progression mats to level up your awakers, and it's gonna suck. Every new Dtide that comes out, you're gonna be like, oh, I missed 15 fragments. I missed 10 fragments. Oh, when am I gonna get that 10 fragments? Like, you guys punish this over race. Some people are gonna hate this, and some of you new players will say, "Oh, that's fine. I don't need this reward. I'll get it when I get it," and that's a good mindset to have. But a lot of you players are gonna be mad about this. And I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to help you guys, try to help you guys get 10 teams, but it's actually impossible. Like, you cannot get 10 teams in a relatively good amount of time because the reruns are too slow. Besides the Kaleido banner, and you guys know how the Kaleido banner is. And plus, every time the unit gets locked, like, your team comps are going to be very limited. You're going to be working with scraps. There's not enough awakers in team comps in the game. What about the little posses? Are there even 10 good, viable posses? No, you're going to use trash posses. You're going to use trash posses. You're going to use trash wheels. Like, the game is all about dupes. This is a very dupe-heavy game. So now you have to go for dupes and horizontal investment. Like, I just don't know what to say about this, dude. Like, you can go vertical investment, have 5 really strong team. But again, alert 5 is very hard. It's very hard. It's very annoying. It's a lot of HP. Some of you guys will hate doing alert 5. I enjoy it. All you guys will hate it. So all of you guys are going to aim for alert 4. So you're going to aim for 10 teams. Now, I will have to talk with some other content creators, try to find a way to come up with 10 teams. But if I, the guide maker, and if other endgame players are all struggling to come up with 10 teams, I guarantee you that all you guys are also struggling to come up with 10 teams. I know that some of you are struggling to come up with 5 teams. Like, think of 10 teams now that you only use each awaker once, each wheel once, each posse once. Like, you're going to run out of wheels. You're going to run out of posses. You're going to run out of wakers. Now, comment video. What do you think about this change? Like, do you have 10 teams? I don't have 10 teams. I've been playing this game. I cleared every card in the game. I get 72 2K D-Tide. I mean, not D-Tide, D-Dive. I cleared every hard content in the game first week. I have really strong teams. I can do 400. But if I was a new player, or if I didn't have A5 teams, I didn't want to do A5, I cannot do 10 teams A4. I can only do A5 because I don't have the teams. I don't have 10 teams, dude. I don't have 10 I don't have 40 wheels, dude. I'm sorry. I don't have 40 wheels. I don't have 40 viable wheels, dude. There isn't actually 40 viable wheels in the game. That's funny, but there's not 40 good wheels in the game. You have to use trash wheels. You have to have some trash teams get carried. There aren't 40 good wheels in the game, dude. The amount of wheels that are viable, that are good, is very small. Like, okay, that's it for the video. Comment below what you think. Remember, like, subscribe, join the fan Discord server. Anyway, Flares out.